Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next day of our program. I hope you're all doing great and enjoying the course. Um, Hope you're having interesting experiences along the way and learning a lot of interesting information about your subtle system. And hopefully, you're getting to know each other between yourself and Sahaja Yoga practitioners and establishing beautiful friendship or connections. We would be very happy if that can happen. So we'll start just with a short recap of previous progress in this course. So yesterday we learned about our Swadhisthana chakra, which is the second chakra, and we learned about the qualities of this chakra, and also we proceeded with foot soaks again to establish purity inside of us. So I won't be boring you with too much information about what's already happened. So today we will be moving forward, and we'll learn more about our Nabhi chakra and also the chakra called Void. It's a specific area around the Nabhi chakra, which our leads today will give you more information about this. Yeah, and we'll meditate on these areas, and we also will do the foot soak. So please, before we start, make sure you have all the things needed for the foot soak. For now, don't fill it with water. Yes, again, if anybody is joining for the first time, please raise the hand or let us know in the chat. If you're joining for the first time, we'll assign you to a specific room. Okay, let me introduce today's leads. One of the leads today is Mark Taylor, who was the first lead on the first day. Hello, Mark. Nice
Hello,
to see
Raman.
you. Nice to see you. We actually lived very closely with Mark in New Jersey previously, so I know him as a beautiful soul. Mark is a teacher of English for international students, and he enjoys taking pictures of birds, and he enjoys bird watching, which I personally know very much. It's a lovely person, and I saw many photos of birds. He literally knows anything about birds, and he can tell you each bird and what's the name of this bird. So such a beautiful host for today, lead for today. Next lead is Gurinder. He's joining us from Canada. Hello, Gurinder.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good too.
Nice to see you again. Yeah. So Gurinder is from Vancouver, Canada, and he's an IT developer. And he also loves camping and going to the nature and all the kind of outdoor activities. And of course, he enjoys to share his knowledge about Sahaja Yoga to all of us and to anybody who he meets on the streets. So welcome, Gurinder. And we will also be listening to a recorded music of Rani Thompson today. So it's not going to be live, it's just going to be a recording. But just a short bio of Rani Thompson. She started learning music at the age of 5, and he got her master's in vocal music. And she's a performing artist with more than 20 years of experience, and she teaches Indian classical music also, and has her own YouTube channel. I'm sure our tech team will share all the details and links of Rani Thompson's music and at the end of the program. So this is our team for today. So please, Mark, go ahead and we can start.
All right, so everybody get ready for your foot soak. I've got my bowl and my rinse and my towel ready. So we're going to give you about 2 minutes so that you can join me. Here's my rinse and a very nice picture. And see you in about 2 minutes. And if you're ever in Seattle, Raman gives excellent hugs. So he's a man with a heart also. a dear friend of mine. So anyway, we'll see you in about 2 minutes and we'll have our foot soak together. I had to lean forward to do the muting and all the unmuting because I'm a bit back from my computer. All right, everybody, here we are. So let's do our foot soak together. You've got your basin with pleasantly warm water. You might have already have learned that it can be cooler if you're trying to cool down the right side, too much thinking, or slightly warmer if you're trying to clear out too much emotion and focusing on the past. So we can put our feet in the foot soaking bowl and just put our attention on our breathing and just sort of settle our attention. And now we can put our attention on our own Kundalini at the base of the spine in that triangular bone. And put our left hand at the level of the Kundalini. And the right hand goes up the inside, over and down the outside. And we'll raise our Kundalini together. So as we raise our left hand, the right hand is going around it. And we're tying a knot. Now we'll do it a second time, attention on Kundalini. And we invite this pure energy to please rise up my central channel. And we can tie 2 knots. And third time, attention at our Kundalini. See if we can locate it inside our body. At the same time, our hand is there. And now let's raise it up. And 3 knots. And then we give the protection. So we start with the right hand at the left hip. We go up over the top of the head, down to the right hip and back. That's 1. And we do that 7 times. And then we rest our hands on our lap. And sometimes we can sit down to meditate and everything is clear and it's flowing. We feel the cool energy. We have no thoughts. And of course, very often things have happened. We've been through some stuff during the day and we want to clear our attention a bit so we enjoy the meditation more. So we can begin by using the power of the earth by putting our two hands. So we have the earth and the water in our foot soaking bowl, the water and the salt. Now we can also invoke directly the power of the Mother Earth by putting our two hands towards the floor. See if our attention is starting to settle into the present. See if there's any thoughts. We can clear the left channel by putting the left hand out with the fingertips out. If we have a photograph of Shri Mataji, then we put the hand towards that photograph. And the right hand is directing anything that's disturbing us in our emotions into the Mother Earth. Then we can clear our right channel. That's all the thinking and planning, arguing, debating, having opinions. So all that heating up, we want that to cool down by letting the heat come out the palm of our left hand. So we've bent our left elbow. Right hand is now outstretched. And put our left hand down. So when you're meditating on your own, you can spend as much time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, clearing things as you feel on your hands, what needs to be cleared. And together, let's purify our attention. So it's taking our left hand, placing it on the right side of our abdomen, near the right hip. We can address our Kundalini energy and say, Mother, please give me pure attention. We can rest our two hands on our lap again. We'll clear what we call center heart. So we can take our right hand, place it in the center of our chest. And the center gets disturbed when we feel there's a threat, when we feel some doubt. We're not sure what's going to happen in the future. And the world is in a big turmoil right now on so many fronts. So we're soothing this down for ourselves, but also for the world. So just take some slow, deep breaths. And as Kundalini comes up our central channel, she takes our attention to a place above all our thoughts, above all our limitations, so we can help get our attention there by taking our right hand, resting it on top of our head. And now just raise the hand up in the air and see if your attention is now moving to a place above all the reactions, all the emotions, into the silence. Try with the left hand as well. We can rest the right hand on our lap, place the left hand over our head. Find that place where our attention becomes quiet. Maybe we feel something in our left hand or on the top of our head. But our intuition will tell us there, that's it. That's where I meditate. So now we can just sit. And our only job is to breathe and allow the Kundalini to flow up our central channel, sustain us in the state of meditation. If you have thoughts, forgive your thoughts. Give yourself a break. Be very kind to yourself. And then I'd like to thank Shri Mataji for bringing Sahaja Yoga to the world. I was able to spend a lot of time with her in person. So my gratitude is never ending, how she's brought me to this point where I get to share this love with all of you. So now we can rinse our feet, and I'll start talking about two aspects of our subtle system, give a little information about them, and then we'll meditate on those principles. So here's the rinse and the dry. And of course, we always have that slide at the end that reminds people to please pour out your bowl before you head to sleep. So today we're going to talk about a chakra that is right here when you put your hand on your stomach. In the subtle system, in the spinal column, is a center called Nabhi chakra. And we can put on a slide so you get some sense of where it is in the body. So it's that green one in the center of the stomach, and on your hand, it's the middle finger. So if you've started to feel individual fingers in your meditation, each of them has a significance. They actually indicate what chakra. So on your left hand, you're going to be feeling the left aspect of a chakra, and on the right hand, you'll be feeling the right aspect of a chakra. If you're feeling both hands, it's the center aspect. So the essential quality of the Nabhi chakra is us wanting things, us seeking something. And in our evolution, of course, this begins with the seeking of food and shelter and water and companionship. And then as we evolve into the human stage, it becomes our seeking for status, for acquiring things, for good, long-lasting, stable relationships. And then as we desire to rise higher in our evolution, it's that seeking for some kind of fuller knowledge, fuller understanding, and a complete joy as to like, why are we here? So the Nabhi chakra has, as all the chakras do, a left aspect, a center aspect, and a right aspect. So in the center, that's our evolution. That's where we desire that we really want to be more than what our current limitations have limited us to be. We really want to be sweeter, more generous, more compassionate, and not make so many mistakes. And if we make mistakes, let's have a very sweet attitude about ourselves that we learn from them and don't curse ourselves. We also have a left aspect, and this aspect is to do with the household. So the basic sort of sustenance of our lives, where we live, how we live, our money, our food. When those things are in balance, then our left Nabhi is satisfied. And you can always notice somebody who's got a very good left Nabhi because they always seem to have extra food available, inviting people over. Come on, there's always room for one more. And when you visit their place, it feels so cozy and so welcoming. And that's that principle of Lakshmi in the Indian tradition, that sense of generosity and hospitality. Then we also have the right Nabhi. So this is related to our attention and also to our demeanor, to our whole behavior, that we are dignified, we are very respectful of others. No matter what our means, no matter where we live in society, we always feel like we represent something pure and beautiful. And we have that self-respect. And people really respect that when they see it in us, that we're so dignified. So hand on the center, that's center Nabhi. So we can all put our hand there. And on the left Nabhi. Then we'll switch hands, put the left hand on the right Nabhi. And this is the liver on the left side. And it's just below the rib cage on the right. Okay, so now I'll briefly introduce the big green area that goes around the Nabhi. So in Sahaja Yoga, we call this the void. And the essential principle of the void is the guru. So unlike most practices in the world, things that we've grown up in or read about, in Sahaja Yoga, the goal is to become your own guru. That by awakening your own enlightened ideas and concepts of righteousness through the meditation, that you simply naturally, without any effort, follow those basic rules. So you're always in balance, and you always do things with such auspiciousness and such ways that help the environment that you're in. And especially as we're learning Sahaja Yoga, one of the key elements of the guru principle is self-discipline, that I don't feel like foot soaking today. And then that guru within you says, come on, 5 minutes, and then you have your foot soaking bowl. So the enlightened guru, the modern age guru, has also the qualities of a compassionate person, in which they say, it's okay, it'll be better tomorrow. You have infinite patience, especially when you're dealing with children. You say, okay, you don't feel like it today, let's try again tomorrow. With that understanding that if this is really working, it's going to work in everybody. So now let's have a short meditation where we put attention on the principles of the Nabhi chakra. So we'll begin by putting our attention inside and see whether we can locate the Nabhi chakra. And if we need help, of course, in Sahaja Yoga, we use our hands to help guide our attention. So that's why we use our hands. But you can sit on the bus and put your attention on your Nabhi chakra if it needs to have some clearing. And as we had during the initial steps to get self-realization, we can use affirmations to help open and strengthen each of these chakras. So the one we can say for the Nabhi is, I want to be a satisfied person. And then in your meditation, you would have your hands out and you would check, do I feel my left Nabhi finger or my right Nabhi finger? Which one am I feeling? If I'm feeling both, it's the center. If I'm feeling the left, I want to work on my left Nabhi. So together, let's all work on left Nabhi. So we take our right hand, place it on the left side of our abdomen, just below the rib cage. And one of many affirmations we could say is, I want to be a generous person. You meet those people who you enter their house, you admire some figurine on their mantle and they say, have it. And you can't believe that they're so detached from material things. Their only desire is to give love to people, make them feel good. So that's our desire. I want to be a generous person. So whenever there's uncertainty, things are not going well in the house, there's worries about money, about food, about our basic sustenance, we can just put our right hand here and just ask the Kundalini to please soothe down my left Nabhi. And if we really allow Kundalini to do her job, we'll notice how all the tension, the worry will start to vanish. And we start to feel the peace. And now together, we can put our left hand on our right Nabhi. This is the liver. Okay, this huge organ here, just below the rib cage on the right. So now we ask our Kundalini to please give vibrations, please cool down, please soothe my liver. And it's easy to spot when your liver is out because you're very irritable, very short-tempered. You can't tolerate anything. And so we want our attention itself to just cool down, soothe down. And like Romina was showing us last night, a really good strategy is if you're feeling that sort of prickly and upset and agitated, put an ice pack on this right side here. and soothe down all that heat. Then we just put our hands, see if we're thinking or are we completely quiet inside. To strengthen that self-discipline, that mastery of ourselves, we can take our right hand, place it on the left side of our abdomen here, and just imagine there's that big green area inside, the void. And this is where we can say, I am my own guru. We can say it as a declaration. I am my own guru. And we just see, how is it flowing in our hands? And once again, we can check, see where's our attention? Are we above our thoughts? So if you want some individual attention, that's where we have breakout rooms and lots of people who've been doing this for some time. So you want someone to meditate with you, see what the vibrations are like with you. During the program and after the end of the official program, we offer that. We're two people who want to work with somebody in a smaller group, and you have particular questions about these issues that can arise with Nabhi or with that self-discipline. So now we have two things that I'd like to introduce to you. We're going to have some music recorded by a professional musician. We heard about her earlier, with many years of professional appearances, and who also teaches music. And before that, and of course we use the music to help sustain the meditation. But before we play the music, let's enjoy a video of Shri Mataji, who addresses that aspect of the Nabhi, which is the seeking. And we live in this modern world, and what are we seeking? So we can just keep our attention very clear and our hands out and enjoy the vibrations.
We have to seek the eternal. We have to seek the eternal, and the transitory is to be used in moderation, in its own limitation, and in its full understanding. Today's problems of ecology, this, that, all these things come from human error, and the human error is because they have not found out the eternal. When you find out the eternal, then you become a balanced personality, absolutely a balanced personality. And the balance comes from divine wisdom. All the problems today are because human beings are not at that level of self-knowledge. Because human beings are still relatively living. One person thinks this is good, another thinks this is good. And that's how we exploit each other. We exploit the nature. We create problems and everything repels on us because transitory things, as you know, are transitory because they have inbuilt quality to get destroyed. They get destroyed and gradually we learn from them how to destroy. But human beings are the epitome of evolution. God has created human beings as the highest creation. Maybe we have been given freedom, a complete freedom to choose. If we want to go to heaven, we can go. If we want to go to hell, we can go. So this freedom we have been acting on, we can say as trial and error, error and trial. And ultimately, a stage has to reach where we start thinking, what mistake did we commit? Where did we go wrong? And there we have to realize that the eternal we have not sought. We see this miracle, say, of flowers. We see the flowers, how beautiful they are, created by nature. We can't create even one of them. Spontaneously, they appear according to the different categories they belong. The choice, such a big choice. All this and many other such living things are done by this divine power. But we take it for granted. We just take it for granted. And the greatest thing that has happened is that today human beings are brought to this level that now they have become divine computers. They can become divine computers. It's a very beautiful thing that is ahead of us. Only thing we should know that we have to grow into that new awareness. This is called as the one that we call knowledge. Knowledge is not mental knowledge. By reading, you do not become. Kabira once said that by reading too much, the great learned people have become stupid. First I used to think, how can that be? Padi pandita murakh bhai. I used to think by reading, how can people become stupid? The thing is, when you read, all others are in your head, but you are not there. And this is, I find today, that we think by reading will become the knowledge. Knowledge will be, but that's not a absolute knowledge. That's not. That is a relative knowledge. To get to the absolute knowledge, you have to become something. You have to become the spirit. And once you become the spirit, this knowledge is just manifested. It can be manifested even in a little child, and a child can know. It's a subjective knowledge, you can say, but absolute. It is not arbitrary, it's collective. You put 10 children who are realized and ask them, what's wrong with this person? Immediately they'll raise the same finger. This is the thing. Now ask that person, something wrong with your throat? Are you suffering from some trouble? He'll say, yes, how do you know? These children are telling me. So only the decoding is needed afterwards. That what's wrong with you? What finger is burning? What is the problem? And what does it relate to? You have to just know how to correct it. And once you know the art of correcting it, you can correct and you can perfect it. It's very easy to master this art. Of course, you must know you can't pay for anything like this. How much did we pay to the Mother Earth when she sprouted the seeds? If it's a living process, you don't pay for anything. Living process do not understand money. How can you pay for these flowers when you have to pay to the Mother Earth? Of course, you can pay to the florist. That's a different point. But to the Mother Earth, you cannot pay. She does all the job without any payment. In the same way, this is a living process, and you must know that you cannot pay for it. Anybody who says that I'm doing God's work, I'm doing this work for emancipation of your soul and all that, and takes money, tell him that he should redeem his own soul first. You cannot pay for it. You cannot put in effort also, because it is a spontaneous thing. Sahaja means saha, with, ja, born, with you, is the right of this union with the divine, is the yoga. For this you cannot pay, nor can you command, nor can you demand. You cannot ask. It just works. So it's so simple. Now some people say, Mother, how can it be so simple? Anything that is vital, isn't it simple? As soon as we are born, we know how to breathe. Who teaches us how to breathe? Automatically, we start breathing. Anything that is important has to be simple, cannot be complicated.
राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट चन्द्रमा ललाट राजत चन्द्रमा ललाट शीश जटाजूट गंग शीश जटाजूट गंग शीश जटाजूट गंग गौरी अर्धांग संग गौरी अर्धांग संग नंदी वाहन को है नंदी वाहन को है राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट भस्म आभूषण भस्म आभूषण बाघांबर तन सोहे मारतंड निरत करत मारतंड निरत करत धरे बाहुरूप सोहे धरे बाहुरूप सोहे राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट आ राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट शीश जटाजूट गंग गौरी अर्धांग संग नंदी वाहन को है नंदी वाहन को है राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत चंद्रमा ललाट राजत 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 चंद्रमा
What a beautiful music. for our Nabhi chakra and void. So let us continue our meditation. Let us go more deeper into this thoughtless state, leaving behind any efforts on our part. Let us check how we feel on our hands. And since we are covering Nabhi today, let us check how we feel on our middle finger on both our hands. So let us now bring our attention to our Nabhi area, which is the navel area. And if you like, we can put our right hand on our Nabhi area. So this is the center part of our Nabhi. Then if we move towards our left side, just move our hand to the left side, then this is the left side of the Nabhi. And let's bring our right hand back on our lap. And let's place our right hand on the right side of our Nabhi. So this is how we will be doing the balancing of our Nabhi and our void. So let's have both our hands on our lap, and in a very relaxed way, let us bring our attention to our Nabhi area. Don't have to focus or make any special effort. So let us take our right hand and put it on the left side of our Nabhi chakra, like this. Let us have our attention in this area on the left side. So this side of the Nabhi chakra takes care of our well-being related to our household life. And it is very important to achieve that. We should be satisfied, we should be peaceful, and we should have a generous nature. So we will use these as affirmations to balance our left Nabhi. So together we will say this affirmation: Mother, I am satisfied, I am peaceful, and I am generous. It is important that we say it from our heart. So one more time, let us say, Mother, I am satisfied. Mother, I am peaceful. And Mother, I am generous. And you may feel very soothing relaxation coming in this area. So now let's bring our right hand back on our lap, and together we will now balance our right Nabhi. So let us take our left hand and put it on the right side of our Nabhi. Let us bring our attention in this area. And here we will say a simple affirmation from our heart. Let us say, Mother, please give me dignity and well-being. The right side of our Nabhi Chakra looks after our worldly well-being. And when we begin to feel a soothing relaxation in this area and a cool energy in this area, then that's a sign that our right Nabhi has been balanced. So now let us bring our left hand back on our lap. And now we will put our right hand on the central part of our Nabhi Chakra. And in a very relaxed way, let's bring our attention in this area. And from our heart, let us say the simple affirmation that Mother, please make me balanced and righteous. Please give me spiritual evolution. So just by these simple affirmations from our heart, the Divine Mother inside of us, our Kundalini Mother, is able to balance out our Nabhi Chakra. So now let us bring our right hand back on our lap. And now let us bring our attention in the Nabhi area to check how do we feel there. There should be a cool energy that you can feel in the whole area of our Nabhi. We also learned today about the area around our Nabhi, which is that green area, and it is called void. So now let us together balance our void to awaken the qualities of a master, of a guru inside of us. And for that, we take our right hand and put it a little, put it in such a way that it covers our Nabhi area and the area around it. So when we put our right hand in this area, we are expressing our pure desire to the Divine Mother inside of us. That Mother, please balance our void. Remove all the imbalances, all the problems of our void. So let's move our right hand towards the left side, and here to balance the left void, with the same confidence that we had when we said that I am satisfied and I am peaceful. With the same confidence, let us say, Mother, I am my own Guru. I am my own Master. So let us say that from our heart. Mother, I am my own Guru. I am my own Master. Let us bring our left hand back on, our right hand back on our lap. Now with our left hand, let us put it on the right side, under the rib cage, on the right side. Bring our attention in this area. And let us say this affirmation from our heart. Mother, please awaken the Guru principle in me. Let us say that together. Mother, please awaken the Guru principle in me. Let us bring our left hand back on our lap And now we will place our right hand over the central part, under our ribs, the whole green area, the central part of it. And to balance our central void, from our heart, let us say, Mother, please give me the self-discipline of a true guru, of a true master. Let us say together, Mother, please give me the self-discipline of a true guru, of a true master. Let us bring our right hand back on our lap. Bring our attention to our fingers, to our hands, to understand the state of our subtle system. And now we will take our attention to the top of our head. So let us use our right hand. Bring our right hand in front of us, pointing towards our first energy center, Muladhara. And let us bring our attention in our first energy center, Muladhara. And we will move our attention along the spine and follow it with our right hand. So we'll start from the base of the spine all the way to the top of our head, and we'll follow our attention with our right hand. So let's do that together. Let us begin from the Muladhara with our attention. Let us move up to the second energy center, which is Swadhisthana. Now continue to the third energy center, which is Nabhi. And now continue to the fourth energy center, which is the heart. And continue to the fifth energy center, which is Vishuddhi, throat chakra. And continue to our forehead chakra called Agya. And then continue to the top of the head. So you can do it at your own pace, and we'll do this 2 more times. So let us start from the Muladhara, and you can continue from here at your own pace. And have a prayer in your heart to the Divine Mother inside of you, that Mother, please rise. Please come to the top of my head. One final time. Divine Mother, please rise and please come to the top of my head. Just hold your hand a few inches above the top of your head. And try to feel if there is a cool or a warm energy flowing like a fountain from the top of the head. Let's bring our right hand back on our lap and let's try to feel the same energy with our left hand. And let's bring our left hand back on our lap. And just try to maintain our attention at the top of our head, above all the thoughts. Be relaxed. Do not make any efforts from your side. Let it be effortless. Let the Divine Mother take us deeper into our meditation. And now to end our meditation, let us repeat the steps of raising our Divine Mother, our energy from the base of the spine 3 times and putting a bandhan or protection around us. So we will do that together. So let us start let's bring our left hand in front of our Muladhara at the base of the spine. And with our right hand, we'll go around our left hand. And we take both our hands above our head and tie one imaginary knot. Bring our hands down. Second time, 2 imaginary knots. Bring our hands down. Third time, we start from the base of the spine, move our attention all the way up to the top of our head. So third time, 3 imaginary knots above our head. And now for the next step of giving ourselves a bandhan of protection. So we'll start from the left side. Bring your right hand few inches above your left hand with your left hand on the lap. Move it on the left side, over your left shoulder, top of your head, right shoulder, all the way to the right side and back the same way. So we do this total 7 times. Let's do 6 more times. Let's do it slowly. We can open our eyes and sometimes it is difficult to open the eyes because we want to continue to meditate and to maintain this meditative state for as long as possible. Let us try to maintain this meditative state for as long as possible. So I will ask Raman to take it from here.
Thank you, Mark and Gurinder. Amazing, very peaceful meditation. And yeah, as you said, let us all try to witness what is going on, and if you even have questions, try to ask it with your attention up above the head, and see how different it is. So before we start our favorite part of the program, the Q&A and interactions, let's just take a look for the slide. On the slide, again, we remind you that you always can access all the materials on our website, all the recordings. If you haven't seen any days, any specific days, you can rewatch it. And you can always join our WhatsApp groups if you haven't done it yet. We have lots of interesting things going on there. So also tomorrow we're gonna talk about unconditional love, and we'll focus on our heart chakra. So I strongly encourage you not to miss this session, because it's always beautiful to work and expand our heart chakra. I would say, on my experience, that's the most important chakra. But it's just a personal preference. So please stay with us and switch on your videos, everybody, and get ready with your questions, and also let us know if you have a desire to go to a breakout room. At this point, everybody is familiar with breakout rooms. I'm just going to encourage you to go to a breakout room and experience more precise interaction with the Sahaja Yoga practitioners there, and you get a chance to ask many more questions without waiting in the line. So please raise your hands if you want to go to a breakout room. Meanwhile, we're gonna start our session here. Yes, also, if you have a question, please turn off on your video and let us know by raising your hand or just letting us know in the chat. Okay, let's start. Hello, Batul. How are you? Please unmute yourself. Okay.
Mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should
Hello.
unmute myself. Yes, now I know.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How? Very good. How are you? Nice to
I'm good.
see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your program. It's very nice, and I use I had a chance to be all night with you, every night, and I practiced. Actually, yesterday I had a severe pain in my abdomen and my legs, not my legs, like my joints.
Okay. Okay.
It was very, and my back, my lower back, and I was feeling that energy like was blowing me up, like it was very painful. I didn't know what to do, but I used the warm towel, like a towel, or I put my hand on my abdomen. I wanted to see what should I do for it.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry to hear that you had this pain. If you can describe it, like what kind of pain, it will help us to answer more precisely.
It was under my abdomen.
Was it like
The
a,
whole
like a pinching pain or like,
no, it
you
was
know?
pain, just constant.
Okay. Mark,
And
would
a
you?
constant pain with like pressure in my back and my abdomen.
Okay. Mark, would you like to address this question?
Sure. The first thing that many of us will do that are practicing Sahaja Yoga is that if we have felt the movement of the Kundalini, we felt cool, we felt that, yes, I become thoughtlessly aware, then we have a confidence that this energy is working. And so our first thing we might try is when we feel a pain in the body is to put the hand, say it's on below the navel, the lower abdomen, put a hand there and
Yeah.
ask our Kundalini to please soothe that area. And of course, if that doesn't soothe the area, then it could be something where it's a medical issue. But in some cases, it is the presence of some kind of negativity that wants to clear out. And it may clear out just by inviting this pure mothering energy to work on that area. So that'd be the first thing that we try. But of course, there's also the wonders of modern medicine, which are there to relieve, extreme pain and discomfort. So you can try both and see whether, it was vibrational. It did clear when I simply invited the Kundalini to clear it.
Yes. Yes, when I invited the Kundalini to clean it, it was getting better. Like now I am okay, but a little bit back pain. Even last night I couldn't move. I was gonna ask what kind of clearing it should be. Do you think it was?
I personally can't answer. We do have people that are medically trained who practice Sahaja Yoga, and they do the synthesis of what particular treatments work on particular medical conditions. But that's not me.
Batul, we can, if you would like, we can get you in the room with a Sahaja Yogi, and there you can literally like precisely describe what kind of pain, where, and get more details on that. Would you like to do so?
Okay. Yes, please. Thank you.
Tech team, can we do
Thank
this,
you.
please?
Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. I hope
Yes,
all the pains will disappear very soon.
thank you.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm okay now.
Okay, good. But still, it's okay. It's good to get
To
some
know.
advice. Yeah. So
Yes.
our team will put you in the room. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, Patricia Marlborough. Could you unmute yourself, please?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been enjoying this since the beginning. And I did have a day like this last person talking where I had a pain on the left side of my back, a vertical and a horizontal one. And but it was just, it went away the next day. And so I really do feel it was related to the work that we're doing. And so my question is how the way we know we bring the Kundalini to rise, but this protection, what are we protecting ourselves from?
That's a great question.
We keep protecting ourselves, and I'm looking around thinking,
yeah,
I'm alone.
It's a very fair enough question. So please, Gurinder, would you like to address it? Otherwise, I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very good question. And Raman, if you like to add something to it, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
There are
you
so
going
many
to answer
things.
it?
Yeah, there are so many things that kind of take us out of balance. We cannot see them, but those are in a form of energy or thoughts or what we see, what we absorb, things like that. So when we do the bandhan, the protection around us, then we are kind of first of all, with our right hand, we are spreading around us the positive energy of the divine. So that's a kind of we are kind of enveloping ourselves with this positive energy of the divine, which acts like a barrier, which acts like a protection for us from I don't know, like so many things that we even do not know of. So the best is that we seek the protection of the divine by this technique, and we enjoy that protection. So we do this in the beginning, we do this in the end of our meditation. And also, like, if sometimes when you feel afraid or insecure or something like that, you can raise your kundalini and you can put the bandhan of protection around yourself as well. So over to you, Raman.
Thank you. Very nice explanation. I'll put it more simply, Patricia. Basically, each turn that we give a bandhan is a protection to each chakra. That's why we do it 7 times. So it's just, as Gurinder said, it's just a protection, energetic protection for each chakra. And yeah, Gurinder described it. It can be anything, like negative attention from people, or just some energies that are not really good. You can try,
The dog beside me trying to get me to play instead of meditate.
No, that's a positive energy. Dog is always positive energy.
Was this technique developed by Mataji?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to go in even more details, we can find you like a full explanation of Shri Mataji and send it to you.
I'm just curious how all this came to her.
Through meditation.
Yeah,
she was meditating and slowly discovering all these things.
Yeah. And tonight, I think of last night, for the first time, I felt the cool air. And
Yay!
must be kind of cynical because I put my hand up over here seeing, is it in the room? and it wasn't, it was just over here.
Yeah, right. You always can feel the difference of
Yeah.
like
And
real
so
wind and this.
again, tonight I was able to do that, and
Congratulations.
that made me happy. Thought I'd
Great,
share.
great. As for the like explanation for techniques, I personally advise not to go into much details. Just try and experiment. If it helps and if you feel it, then that's the explanation. Of course, if you want to know more, please reach out. We'll give you more information. Thank you. You have any
Thank
other
you.
questions?
Not at the moment, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Bye. Hello, Dan S. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing great. Nice to meet you. I
All
see
right.
you for the first time.
Yeah, it's been a interesting couple weeks, but today I guess I'll have a question for Mark because he touched on something that I feel really kind of is something that impacts my life, positively or negatively or vice versa. And when we were talking about the Nabhi chakra tonight, and you were discussing, Mark, about the left side and detachment, and you use the example of, you come to someone's home and you see something and it's like, oh, yeah, well, here, have that. And one of the things that I definitely struggle with is attachment, but it's an interesting concept, and also the going to the right side is also the completeness as well, because I feel as if I'm someone who's always seeking, and that's probably also someone whose mind is in the future. But when I say in terms of like attachment to things, to where we're trying to find a detachment from these things, it's kind of an interesting, I guess, balance, because by most American standards, if you saw my apartment and the amount of things I have, you'd be like, that guy doesn't have much. I'm one of those people who could probably move, or I did just recently move across country in a truck and a small trailer. But some things that I find myself attached to that I feel that I should be letting go of are just, it's oddly bicycles, but they're things that I built and put a lot of artistic creation into. And so that's where I struggle with, is that it's just not these material things, but they're things that I have put creative energy into, but I feel this attachment to them. But then there's another part of me that says, well, I shouldn't have that attachment to a physical object. And that's something that and even before we started these classes, as I'm even trying to further minimize my life, I struggle with that attachment, and I'm wondering, is that something that I should work on with the Nabhi chakra, or is that, because it is a work of art that I created, something I should just appreciate and look at it as such and not see it as an attachment to? Sorry, that was a really long-winded,
No, very,
worded
very
question.
good. Many interesting details. So, Mark, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you are what I call a deep seeker of truth, and ready to face just about anything to get to that full awareness and full appreciation of your own potential. So what I could say is, see if you can look at that object and completely empty your mind of thoughts. See if you can be in meditation, and then there it is, it's in front of you, you can see it, you're looking at it, but now have no thoughts about it. And then nothing about your emotional attachment or your intellectual, construct attachment. You're just completely in the present, looking at that object. And then just see if you can be in meditation. It's possible you won't be able to, that the pull is very strong, but with practice, with getting more and more here, daily, you'll find that, yes, this is becoming really strong now. And you can practice on things that you're not so attached to, like just go outside and look at a tree, look at some flowers, and see, can I look at those and not have any thoughts about them? And then you build up that amazing attention that's just reflecting and not reacting. So then, of course, the more challenging things are the people we're close to,
What's
things we're close to. Those things have a way to get into us somehow and grab us. So if it sounds like you really want to try this, you really want to become your own guru and get, on the way up to an amazing, saint, guru, person who really is going to make this world better. That's us, So then, whenever you're ready to say, okay, can I look at this and not have any thoughts about it? And who knows, maybe into your attention will come what it is you should be doing with that object. And maybe the answer is you should keep it. Maybe the answer is you should give it to somebody you care about and they're going to really treasure it and they're going to feel your love in it. Or maybe I need to give it to somebody and I don't even know who that person is, but I need to give it away somehow. But you just leave yourself completely open. What will come into my attention when I'm not thinking?
It's interesting you mentioned the things outside, and it's even before we've started this course, that was actually something I do a couple walks a day with my dog, and there's a bench in a park that I sit on, and it's one of the things I've been focusing on is looking at things and not identifying them, looking at them, appreciating them as they are for what they are. Like seeing a bird as a birder yourself, not trying to identify that, not thinking, well, that's this, or that's that, whether it's a tree or a plant, just accepting as it is and appreciating for visually and what it is and what it brings to this world, versus that constant trying to as humans, it's our nature, we want to just compartmentalize everything and put it in its place, and that's one of the things I'm trying to break through. But I see, definitely starting small like that and really getting a focus to meditation on that, not, clearing the mind while observing the object, and then moving on to my wall of icicles over here. But anyway, thank you.
My brother has, I don't know, 60 or 70 electric guitars. Yeah. So he's very attached to electric guitars. And Shri Mataji often tells a wonderful humorous thing. She says, look at this beautiful carpet, because we put out carpets when she would sit on the stage. She'd say, look at this beautiful carpet. Thank God it's not mine, because I can just enjoy and feel the love that went into it and not worry about, is it insured?
Yeah, such a beautiful explanation, Mark. Yeah, and then it's a very, very deep question, and I would say this moment is very essential to practicing being in meditation all the time, basically. Not looking at the things and thinking about them. It just doesn't make any sense, right?
It's hard for me to not look at them and without thinking.
It's hard for everybody, trust me.
It's one of my biggest mental blocks in meditation, is that thought of the next build, the next thing like that. But anyway, I've taken up a good chunk of time here.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's a good question. So yeah, thinking about things it doesn't help anybody, not you, not these things as well. So Mark, great answer.
I find that I'm almost repeating a mantra, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, as I'm trying to meditate, because the thoughts are constantly just from all directions, it feels like.
Yeah, I can also give you a small advice from my experience. Understanding through meditation and kind of introspection that material things are really, they don't really matter. They're just like a good bonus to our life. But if they're gone, you will be totally okay. That understanding can come slowly in meditation. And when it comes and settles down in your heart, you will have really no attachments to any material things. So I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Now, where are you, Dan?
Very much. I'm just outside of Denver.
Okay, so I can't come over and ride any of your bicycles.
Yeah, but maybe someday. Thank you, Dan, for your question.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. See you again. Bye. Okay. Hello, Sahaja. Nice to see you again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Mark and Gurinder for fantastic sessions, and I'm really enjoying all these sessions. I have one question. Maybe I should have asked this much earlier, but I thought I'll ask today. I know several Sahaja Yoga leaders have said you have to be in thoughtlessness, right? I mean, when you're meditating, it has to be thoughtless. So I'm having a hard time there in the sense, like when I'm meditating, I tend to focus on what I'm learning, every day, like the channels, the chakras, what are their characteristics, the raising of the kundalini, the left side and the right side. And, I think I'm thinking about all those while I'm meditating. Is that normal, or am I doing something wrong? How is that what you're calling thoughtlessness? Or can you explain a little bit more? And the second and I have another comment to make is, I know when the Sahaja Yoga leaders say, how do you feel? Do you feel the cool air? How do you feel on your head, over your head? I can relate to all that. I feel the warmth or the coolness. But I think sometimes especially when the leaders use the word thoughtlessness, and I'm thinking thoughtless, I'm thinking, okay, what do they exactly mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough question. Thank you for these questions. Yeah, Gurinder, would you like to address the first one, and Mark will address the second one?
Okay, so what does thoughtlessness mean? It is a state, and to achieve that state, we don't have to make any effort from our side. So you see, like when you try to think, when you try to do it from your own side, then it results in a cycle of thoughts, and that kind of takes you away from where you should be, where your divine mother is trying to take you, and that's what means. It is quite normal. It's not that only you are experiencing that. In the beginning, we want to do the things in a proper way so that we get best results. All these things we want to learn and pay attention to. And then when we are asked to stop any efforts from our side, then that's a time when we are trying to go into that thoughtless state. And that is provided by the Divine Mother inside of us. So from my own experience in the early days when I started Sahaja Yoga, after a couple of weeks, I did realize that instead of trying to putting all my attention into the technique, I should try to put my attention, or I should try to do it, everything in whatever way I can, but I should put my whole heart into it. And then it started to work for me. So maybe you just have to, remove the focus on the technique to put the focus on putting your heart into it and trying to do your best, whatever it is. For example, like when we are taking a bandhan, if you do it instead of 7 times, if you do it 8 times, means it's not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So you see, we should try to do it the way we learn from the class, and you'll get practice of it, and you will become a master after you do it for a couple of weeks. So be patient and kind of I guess
Okay.
that. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead,
Sure.
Mark.
That's a beautiful explanation, and I completely agree. That's the easiest way to solve this issue, to just use your heart instead of brain. I know it sounds like kind of abstract, but just focus on what you put into it, not how you do it. Yeah, and try to just detach from mechanical things that you do.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, the next one was for Mark.
What was the other question?
Yeah, can you
Oh my
remind us,
God.
please?
I think a follow-up question is, is that normal? If
Yep,
yeah. So and
We can
does
all
it
answer that one.
that's normal. That's normal.
and maybe it is that, as Gurinder said, maybe with when I keep doing it, it's as days pass by, I think maybe I realize more.
Yes, absolutely. That's gonna happen exactly like this.
Okay.
It
Okay.
just takes practice, and of course, our minds are racing in such speed that it takes time to slow the thoughts down. So
All
yeah,
right.
just focus mostly on like what desire you put into meditation.
Sure. Sure. Thank you for the
Thank you so
sessions, and I'm
much.
really enjoying it, and I think I'm benefiting from them. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye. See you. Hello, Vidushi. How are you today?
Hello, hi.
Yes, hello.
My question, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Yes.
my question is related to today's session. I was actually wondering why besides the Chakra, the space around it is called the void. So this
Okay.
was when Gurinder was guiding us, and then the thought which came to me, and this is something which I want both the opinions of both Mark and Gurinder, that after pure desire, which was from the Swadhisthana Chakra, we have moved up to complete satisfaction. And then from complete satisfaction, you have entered into something called the void, which
Vidushi,
you do
your
not
sound is
need any kind of
disappearing. Let me try to stop your video just to help the sound come through. Hello, are you here? Vidushi?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
Can you
it's
hear me
better.
now?
Yeah, it's better now because it was breaking up because of the video. So can you repeat the last few sentences, please?
Yeah, I was saying that the explanation for why is it called the void chakra or the void is because we have moved from the Swadhisthana, which represents pure desire, and now we have come to pure satisfaction. And from that satisfaction, we do not need any kind of material, engagements. We are in complete detachment. Does that mean that is the reason why it's called the void, the nothingness, or is there another explanation?
We got your question. Mark and Gurinder, I hope you heard the question. Mark, would you like to address it, or?
I'll try.
Sure.
I'm one of those people that hasn't studied a lot of the in-depth aspects of Sahaja Yoga, but I've had a lot of experiences in Sahaja Yoga. So I'm sure that Raman and Gurinder can correct me if I make some mistakes. But the void for me is in your state before you get your self-realization, there's a disconnect. There is a gap or a void. And so for some reason, Shri Mataji calls it the void, even after self-realization, in which the connection has been made. And so that your pure desire, your efforts, your swadhisthana connect to your seeking, which then connect to all the other divine aspects of you, and especially to the principles of right behavior, which are in your void area, where you have your guru principle. And it's basically just our handy vocabulary word we use in Sahaja Yoga to say, oh, this person was talking about some bizarre theory and I just started feeling really ill here, and that's your void saying, this is not true. But anything else you guys want to add about why we call it the void?
Yeah, great explanation, Mark. See, the void is a very complex area, I would say. One of the most complex chakras, I would say, because there is lots of things that go into void, and also the second name of the void is Bhavasagara. So Vidushi, I'm sure you know what that means. It means the ocean of illusions. So what it means, this area is connecting a few chakras because it's surrounding like Swadhisthana, Nabhi chakra, and also a little bit of heart chakra. So what is this ocean of illusion? It's basically the area of seeking. You have to go through this area to pass to the next chakras and go up in your spiritual ascent. Also, you mentioned that after Swadhisthana we go to Nabhi and then to void. It's not really linear, so it's just happened to be so that void area is connected to Swadhisthana and Nabhi. That's why we cover it in the same kind of day. So I hope that helped. If you have more questions about this, please let us know.
No, thank you so much. I mean, you answered it. I was actually looking at it in a, how the Kundalini rises. So I was looking at it from, as an ascent. So Mooladhara, then the Swadhisthana, but then you answered it that it should not be looked in a completely linear fashion.
Yes, it's actually, you can call the void, you can call like a sub chakra. It's not really like a chakra. It's like sub area. So yeah, it's not linear.
But the explanation for it is the ocean of illusion. That's a very fascinating name because that's what we are trying to get away from.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part to cross, right, for all of us. And yeah, it takes some time to really go higher than the void.
So by being our own guru, then we can probably cross this ocean of illusions.
Yes, we'll cover, I think, in advanced courses, or maybe in this course as well, we'll cover it closely. There are lots of interesting things about void, really like a lot. So
looking forward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. See you. Bye. Hello, Mariam. How are you today?
Hi. How are you?
Good. How's your son?
He's good. He's good. The other one may come too, but I'm not sure if he wants to come to talk today. So hopefully. But I have two questions. One is about the void and the self-discipline, because I know that area is for the self-discipline, as it's something that I'm lacking, and I'm trying to make myself more disciplined and have self-discipline. So I'm just asking Mark if he has any suggestion, maybe. And my second question is about when I started Sahaja Yoga, especially this 21 days, I said I really want to have compassion, like increase compassion. Now, during the last week, and I started coming every day, and it really affected me. I had a great experience, and I didn't think of like coming up the Kundalini energy, so I felt everything. But like recently, I feel really pain in my heart. So I'm not sure if it's related to my intention, because my intention was self-compassion, and the heart is also related to that. Unfortunately, tomorrow I may not be able to come for QA. So I was just thinking if I can ask my question tonight, because as you said, I also think heart chakra is the most important one, because that's where the spirit is, and we wanted to basically ascend our spirit. So I just want to get some insight about that.
Yeah, so such a beautiful questions. First question about the void and self-discipline. Mark, please go ahead.
You're looking at somebody with very weak self-discipline.
No, not true. I know
And
that.
the only way out is to do the meditation and to give vibrations to your guru principle and just keep affirming, I am my own guru. I am my own guru. And on a very, very subtle level, way beyond your psychology and your history and your ideas about yourself, is a spiritual power, like an inbuilt power in which you'll just do the right things, that you'll really start to take care of yourself, like you are your own master, your own guru. And you'll be surprising yourself some days where you're reaching for the third candy bar and you go, no. And you realize that there's now some other principle at work in you, that you don't need to have the beginner debate and all the arguments and the lists of pros and cons, but now there is a principle within you that is now looking after you. So I just say, just keep, giving vibrations to the void area, to that guru principle. And, some days you can really push, you can, force things a bit, but it may just be like a rubber band where you bounce back and have 8 pints of ice cream the next day. So I can speak from experience. So the most thing is just to be very patient and keep working on this area, and just have that pure desire. I want to really be in control of myself.
Yeah,
So
great.
thank you so much. So I just wanted to know, because having meditation even is like a self-discipline. I think every day, if you have that, you should be very disciplined if you have that established. But the thing is that, same with me, I'm more intensity over consistency, and self-discipline is more consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's
it's developing a new habit, basically, is setting alarm on your phone, putting up a sticky note on your fridge. You develop a new habit of, before I end today, I'm going to sit for 5 minutes, if necessary, set a timer, and say, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to see if I can stop thinking about everything and just be completely silent, just breathing. And then you can, do the different head movements that we show you, just to see, okay, let me see, am I there? And then eventually it becomes the routine where, the day is not going to finish until, you come in late and it's like, it's 2 a.m. and you're like, no, I do this every day. This is now part of my routine.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Very beautiful explanation. I'll just add up a little bit. You'll slowly gain experience of how, the comparison, basically, when you've done meditation and when you haven't done meditation. And it's going to be so drastic that you just will have a pure desire to do meditation every day. You know what I mean? It's just the before and after is so different that you will slowly develop this pure desire without any, even forcing yourself. It's just going to be like brushing your teeth. It's just going to become a very natural thing to do. And also there is such thing as we call dharma. It's a Sanskrit word. Dharma is basically internal laws of righteousness, of what is good and what is not good. So slowly your subtle system will adjust to this new transformation, and it will know automatically what is good for you and what is not good for you. And that's also will help you to be absolutely disciplined and do it with full heart and without even forcing yourself, oh, okay, I have to do meditation. It takes time. We know that on our own experience, but it will develop. Mostly focus on the desire and on the good things that you already gained from meditation.
Thank you so much.
Okay, second question was about the heart.
Yes.
if you don't mind, I can take it.
Yes.
Yeah, so heart is important, as you said. Yes, I'll just give small information on the heart. Our heart chakra is related to our mother, our physical mother as well. So sometimes you'll feel connection to your mother very strongly, and I'll tell you my experience. I have such a strong connection to my mother's heart that she's literally on a different continent, and I can feel that she's not feeling well. I literally feel it immediately. So I feel pain or something, and I know that she's worried about something or any other thing. So that might be it in your case. You started probably feeling this connection, in the full measure. And also, as you mentioned very beautifully, that this is the place where our spirit is. So mostly will happen that anything that is against kind of your spiritual ascent will give you this a little bit of not pain, but this feeling in the heart that something is not really good. So that can be also the case. But the thing is, the only person to really understand what is this signal, in your case, like a little pain in the heart, it's only you can understand fully and exactly what it is. And at first it's difficult to identify exactly what it is, but slowly you'll gain this ability to just know. Through meditation you'll literally know the truth about things. So that would be the advice, to introspect through meditation and see, in the witness state, what can cause this sensation in your heart, and you'll know that. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. Nice to see you. Bye.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Faith. How are you today?
Hi, I'm great.
Hello.
How are you?
We're doing great. Waiting
Excellent.
for your questions.
Well, I don't really have a question. I just wanted to quickly, to the lady that was a couple of ladies before, maybe she was mentioning something about too many thoughts and not being able to focus, that type of thing.
Okay.
And I just from a newcomer, and just from doing this since we started, I just wanted to say that from the beginning, I was kind of like that too. And I was like that as, each session was progressing, because there was so much information. But then I started to feel a shift in my meditation, and I felt it starting to get really, really deep for me when I felt like I was focusing more here, up in here. And I was just really trying to do all my meditation in here. Like I was visualizing myself, seeing myself in the meditation, but I was looking up here. That's all I was doing. And ever since I started to sort of shift to do it there, I started to feel deeper into the meditation. So I just wanted to just say that to her, because I'm a newcomer too, and I just wanted to offer a little bit of help, if that can maybe help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Help
it's super
her.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's nice. I'm happy that you noticed this shift. It's super cool. And yeah, it will happen to everybody here in this group. Just take some time. So yeah, it's very helpful, Faith. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And the other, can I just say one more quick thing?
Sure.
The other thing I wanted to mention was when we were doing the first chakra, and we were meditating on the word Om, that really helped keep the focus going when we were just sort of when that came in there. That was really, really nice, because we were just focusing on that one word. So thank you. I just wanted to share. That's
very helpful, I'm sure, for everyone who is attending us. Om is very helpful. It really balances us and gives us this thoughtless state. And I think we'll also cover the mantras quite soon, I guess.
Good. Excellent.
In a few sessions. That's going to help
excellent.
A lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raman. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
You.
Hello, Parisa. Would you like to start your video, please, and unmute yourself? Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Very good.
Thanks for taking me for the question I have. So the question it's just I want to share something and get your insights on it. And it's that I've started. I'm not new to Sahaja Yoga. I've been doing meditation for quite some time, and I have enjoyed it. I've grown in it. I've shared this basically with everyone I encounter, anyone that I feel like they can get benefit from it, which is everyone basically. But some people, you kind of feel that it will help them. And many have joined, many of my friends or people I know. However, I haven't been able to give this to my family, like my husband, my kids, people that are around me and they are very close to me. They don't show interest to do that, and I'm okay with that. It's just I accepted that people have different growth paths, and there is time for everyone, and I keep doing what I'm dedicated to do for myself because it's a personal journey. But like, I just want to share this with you because, to be honest, there is a disconnection, right? So, and I can't say there is not. So there is a language that I want to talk with my family, with my close ones. And I, more than anyone else, I can see that how much they can benefit from it. But I haven't been successful to do that yet. It doesn't mean that I've given up, not at all. But during this 21-day meditation, like, many things became easier for me, like feeling the cool breeze, raising the Kundalini, many things. So I learned ways to do things more, efficient, more faster, more subtle. Then I thought just during the meditation, I just thought to, and we were talking about family and the Nabhi chakra, and I thought to bring this up. Maybe you can give me some insights that can make this faster for me as well.
It's a super good question. I personally went through it and still going through the same thing. But Gurinder, would you like to cover it?
Sure, I can start, and I would ask you and
I'll
Mark
add up.
to. Yeah, it's interesting you brought this question up when we are covering the void, which is called the ocean of illusion. And, before self-realization, we all are lost in this ocean of illusion. And we are seeking, but we are not seeking our spiritual growth. We may be seeking something else. And when we see our family, very, very near and dear ones, they do not have the same kind of interest in the seeking of our spirit or to become the spirit. We do wonder, like, why is this not happening? It is quite normal, we all have seen this around us. For all of us who have been practicing Sahaja Yoga for many years, and in my experience, it is just that the person around us hasn't reached that seeking level, in the sense that it will take some time. For example, like if somebody is maybe like if I look back in my life, there were times when I was seeking, good education. Then after that, I was seeking a good job. Then after that, I was seeking, a house or something like that. And then eventually, like I reached a point where I realized that all those things which I've collected around me, like they are not giving me what I really want, which is the joy which is coming from my spirit. So what I'm trying to say is that you just have to be patient, in the sense that give them time to finish their seeking for whatever they are seeking right now, and then they will eventually come and ask for your guidance to seek the spirit. In my life, I started Sahaja Yoga later. My parents were doing Sahaja Yoga before me, and they started doing Sahaja Yoga, and they would invite me to come to the meditation class. And at that time, I had better things to do than to go and sit in a room and say nothing and do nothing, and spend a good 1 hour over there. But when I saw the changes that happened in their life, and I saw the change in their personality, I did observe that. And then when I got a chance after that, they invited me to come to another program of Sahaja Yoga. Then I wanted to do it, and I wanted to go and try it out. So what I'm trying to say is that you do your part, you keep following up, keep making the effort, and keep showing them the benefits, and be patient about it. Let them finish their whole round of seeking until they come to seek the spirit. That's what I can say from my own experience. So over to Mark and Raman.
Thank you, Gurinder. Yeah, I'll summarize for Parisa. Basically, we all face this in our families as well, and I literally love that you said that there is a disconnect, and it's true. When you practice Sahaja Yoga, you really become so enlightened that it's kind of creates this disconnect, as you said, and it's tough. I won't be covering it with sweet words. It's tough sometimes, but what I noticed, and as Gurinder said, the best way to show your family that this is worth doing is just to show your example. By that I mean literally just focus on becoming the as best as you can in meditation, and fixing any disbalances that you have, or anything that you would like to fix. Just focus on that one. Don't touch them in terms of don't try to kind of advertise this or something. Just keep doing your meditation, and it will literally change one day, just by you being in this house and bringing this atmosphere to the family. They will change. It's a fact. I've been so patient with my mom and dad, and so patient I can't even express it. That eventually, yeah, they came and they got their self-realization. I cannot say that they're like fully practicing it as I am, but it's still a journey. It's small steps. So I hope that will encourage you. And also, one more thing, Shri Mataji once said that sometimes for the family, it's very difficult to see you for what you are really, because they grew up with you. You're a mother to them, so they see you as a mother, and they know all your small details and qualities. She compared it to the situation where you stand closely to the mountain, huge mountain, but you stand very close. You can't really guess that it's a huge mountain. It's just like a small kind of stone wall or something. But when you go further from this point, and you start seeing this, the scale of this mountain. So the same happens in our family relationships. When they slowly kind of see you for what you are, it helps them to really understand. And I'm sure that will happen.
That was really beautiful.
Yeah, and one more little
Mataji
thing.
always.
Yeah, even Shri Mataji, you
Yes.
know that she was having a family, but not all her family even recognized, Sahaja Yoga. So it happens to even the the greatest practitioners of Sahaja Yoga. So yes, we wish you patience. It's a lot of patience, but it will happen eventually.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully that helped.
It did very much.
Thank you,
But
Parisa.
I never stopped believing. I believe like that will happen because it can't be other way.
Yeah. I see. You're just in the phase where you're kind of a little bit maybe tired of that. It's not happening, but it's okay. It will pass. Just keep doing the meditation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where are you from, by the way?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay, great. In Canada, people will help you to make this happen as well. Thank you so much, Parisa.
Thanks.
We'll
Thank
move
you.
on.
Thanks,
See you.
everyone.
Bye. Hello, Carolina. Can you unmute yourself, please, and start the video?
Hi, I can't. I'm
Hello.
sorry, I cannot be in video. I might stop, so I don't have
It's
a
okay.
camera
It's okay.
set up to it. But okay. I hope I can put these thoughts together. I have been joining lately, but a long time. When I joined today, I heard Mark talking about discipline, which was very. I guess I can relate to that because I think great part of a meditation practice or anything else, it requires practice and attention. Like meditation really requires a focused attention and that's something that I actually challenged by in different ways. So I was wondering if the practice itself involves something that it helps with this type of imbalances, being a medical condition, neurological problems, or something more psychological, I'm not sure, but that you guys have something that it can alleviate that so you can move forward with the practice.
Yeah, thank you for your question, Carolina. Mark, would you like to tackle this question?
All I can say is that I have seen people before my eyes have their medical conditions improved beyond belief from practicing Sahaja Yoga, but it's no guarantee that everybody is going to, get up out of their wheelchair or whatever else that's holding them back, or suddenly not have to take medication for mental problems. But I have seen amazing things happen to people simply by devoting, some time every day to rising up this energy, getting beyond all the fear, all the doubt, all the concepts. And in that complete silence, it creates an opening for anything that's within you that's built in to balance you and heal you can then work. But it's not like I'll do this and then I can throw away my pill bottles.
No, I understand. And
yeah.
I guess my question, I didn't formulate it properly. That's why I started with that, because I have to wait and I have the question when I raise my hand, but when I presented it, I completely all over the place. No, I don't mean that the practice itself cure anything. It could, I believe it's like if there is anything in particular that you can do to solidify the discipline and the consistency and the attention that is required for practicing in a serious way and getting the results that could be get through the practice.
It's patience and persistence. That's all. We're, in a transitional stage. We are moving from our human understanding, thinking, conceptualizing, understanding through all our human faculties. We're now opening ourselves to receiving information through a completely different kind of attention and connection. So we need patience for our nervous system to slowly change and become more and more aware of what's happening to us, and being able to ask questions and then be open to receiving the information in a new way, which is in that complete silence. There's the answer. But it takes, for some people like me, takes a really long time. I was the guy with the dunce cap in Sahaja Yoga for so many years because I was so clueless. I had no idea. Other people would say, no, you're changing. And I was so poor awareness. My nervous system was so, not functioning at a spiritual level that I had really no clue that things were actually happening, and that things like my resentment and my hatred were actually going away. And that I could speak from this place and not just from, I know, that other side of us, that human level of knowing things. But all I can say is just keep doing the daily practice and have patience. And believe it or not, you will look back one day and go, I can't believe it that now I'm this beautiful flower.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I appreciate that comment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carolina. I hope that helped. If it didn't help, let us know. We'll try to find more answers.
I will have patience. I will have patience on that.
Yeah.
What I got from what Mark said is that it's just a journey, basically. So it's just a matter of experiencing. And I actually get attuned very easily, and I do experience the first days that I was able to join the whole night. My problem is consistency, because I have so many things that it kind of pull me away. It might be something that I create myself to do, or it might be something that it comes from outside. And I was wondering about that as well when someone was talking about the influences of other energies and the reason why we actually create the bandits. So
yeah, I can also add, get a buddy, and the buddy can call you up and say, did you meditate today?
Yeah.
So
where are you, Carolina?
it works through the collectivity, through the fact that we're all here together, and it's so powerful. And so you want to grab onto somebody and say, I really, really want to see where this goes. I really want to see what my full potential is, but I have these days where I'm just don't want to do it, or I feel like I'm too tired, or there's something that's kind of getting into my attention. That's why you do this. It's for those things that come at your attention and stop you from meditating. So then that's where, we're all here to support each other.
Yeah, I am in northern New Jersey, and I actually reached out through the meetup.
Yeah, you're just there where Mark is.
What are you guys? So why I'm so lonely here? Actually, we should be doing this in person. I'm very disciplined when I am in person, but when I have to sign into a computer, there's so many other things come along.
Yeah, so, Mark is from North New Jersey. So
yeah, I live near the George Washington Bridge, northern New Jersey.
In Fort Lee.
Fort Lee.
We might be neighbors, Mark.
We are probably neighbors. I'll see you in King's Grocery or whatever they call it now.
Yeah, Carolina, we'll connect you. We have lots of practitioners in New Jersey, so you won't be alone for sure.
That would be great. I actually reached out in the WhatsApp group. It's just so many.
And we also have Spanish speakers there as well.
Yes, so there are so many tests that they do, so I get lost in that team. I have my attention already dispersed enough. So, but I did formulate the question if there are in-person meetings for this, and because I would like to connect more at that level, I think it would be more beneficial for me.
Yeah.
But thank
Mark,
you so much.
Would you like to address this? Are there in-person meetings right now in New Jersey?
So far, what we're doing, those of us that are teaching Sahaja Yoga, is we're just being extremely careful because, we have kids, we have lots of people, and we just do not want anything to happen to anybody that we care about. So we've been like super duper cautious. And starting sometime this year, we're all hoping sooner rather than later, we are going to have in-person meetings again. And, we'll be very respectful of people's, concerns about a really, real threat out there. And we'll have ways to get together where we're all comfortable, we feel like it's safe, and we can just enjoy the meditation together. I don't know how it works since I'm still new to this format, but maybe you can put some of your contact information in the chat, and I'm sure there's people who can, get that, and then they can connect us in some way where it's like, hey, Mark, this person lives, 4 miles away. And there's a
Carolina,
way for us
please,
to get together somehow.
Yeah, please leave us your contact details.
Okay, should I send this to everyone or to someone?
No, put it into like to somebody who is like the administrator, or says Sahaja
You
Yoga
can send it to
meditation.
me, yeah.
Not everybody. You don't want everybody knocking on your door at the same time. Let's meditate.
That can happen. That can happen.
Who shall I need?
In New Jersey, it can happen. Yeah.
Okay. I will look you up, and I will send my information, and we go from there. Thank you so much for the time. I know it's getting late. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolina. See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Hello, June Tien. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Hello, June. Yeah, I just saw you. Okay. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Okay, yeah.
Hello.
I'd like to ask Mark about your bird watching. Do you apply? Yes. Do you apply your meditation in bird watching?
A few years ago, I started putting up bird feeders and discovered that there are at least 50 species of birds that will visit our backyard. And I've always been into photography, so take lots and lots of photos. And it's a really good thing to do in the middle of the day when you have the computer in front of you and you have many other responsibilities, and you just go outside and just watch whatever's out there. So if you cut out the bird feeders, just watch the birds, and or just watch the wind blowing the branches of the trees. So just for your overall spiritual, physical, mental, everything health, get away from a screen, and just feel the wind blowing on your face, and just see what nature is just there. It's completely spontaneous, and just enjoy it. So for me, it's like whatever can be enjoyed in that way, where of course you might get out the field guide or look in the binoculars or look it up on some app, what's the bird, but the essence is just watching, listening, and not even thinking, just enjoying.
Just enjoy.
You have something like that you do, June?
Yes, I do bird watching with camera, but not binoculars. But it seems I got the stiff neck after doing the shooting.
Too much bird watching.
Yes, but I do enjoy it because I have some migratory birds in my backyard. So sometimes I tend to shoot the birds from this angle, and then after that I got the
where are you, June?
I'm from Malaysia.
Oh, wow.
Malaysia.
So you see really different things from what we see here in New Jersey, USA. So,
So I also enjoy the wind, the wind blow when I was doing bird watching. And then it seems whenever I do the meditation at the backyard, just when I started meditation, the wind will blow.
Wow, how about that?
Just come naturally. I really enjoy the wind blow, then the fresh air. Hope to get some more guidance from you in future for the bird guiding, the bird watching. Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
All right. So nice to meet a fellow bird watcher.
Yeah, thank you, June. I will tell you I'm a bird watcher too, but not professional. I just go to the park and enjoy watching the birds.
Yeah, I just watch.
Yeah, and I can tell you that by itself it's meditation for me. Like literally, it brings me to the thoughtless state immediately. So everybody, let's do bird watching.
Just enjoy the nature.
Yeah. Thank you so much, June.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Hello, Swati. Thank you for your patience. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So today I had I just wanted to share some of my experience and one question, if you have time.
Yes, we have.
So yeah, I got my realization about a year and a half ago, and I just wanted to share like my experience as a not so long ago Sahaja Yogi, and we have been having all these chats. So some of my experiences, if they help the new yogis, like that's why I want to kind of leave it there. I when I started, like I used to be like a constant worrier, and things that we were talking about today, that I have these thoughts continuously, and like I think when we began, I couldn't even have like a single pause in my thoughts. And I got the same advice, just keep doing it and it will work out. And I was a skeptic, but when I was doing those meditations, I felt something like either a sense of calm or peace, and that kept me going. And 3 months into it, and I was suddenly like one of the days, and I was like, something is very different today. And I started to realize that thoughtlessness, that space was increasing automatically without me doing much. And I was like, I was trying to notice, and I was like, oh, my thoughts have reduced. I'm not worrying as much as I typically used to worry, and that's what feels so different. And it has been like just an upward journey since then. So I just wanted to re-emphasize that all the things when people here are talking about, that just keep going, keep meditating, and like it will automatically happen. Like it really does work out that way. It might be different timing for different people, but I have experienced, I have had so many experiences which I would like not take all the time today. But then just it has been just an upward journey. Like, and so many of these theory that we are taught here, like I've started to experience them experientially, being able to have the vibratory awareness, the fingers that we talk about, being able to understand those, and seeing some of the qualities that I never had in me, and like they automatically, they're just working out. Like I'm not doing anything for them. Just as an example, like I had a big fear of dogs, and all my family and my friends knew it, and it just went away. Now I'm just friendly, and like I'm able to be around dogs like without any work that I put into it. And like that surprises my family as well. And they notice some of these things as Mark was talking about. And there are many more experiences that I have gone through. So I just wanted to share and put that out there for people who are joining in new, that this sounds so abstract initially, but if you keep doing like all of this, like now all of these start to make sense, and like there is so much more. And when asking for more depth in meditation, I think that is one of the other things that somebody early on told me, that hey, because at some point it's easy to kind of think, oh yeah, I'm feeling something, some cool here, and like this is it. But I just want to also leave that somebody told me at that point that maybe you should also ask to strengthen that meditation. And that was such a good advice, because as soon as I started asking and desiring for more, my experiences deepened, and like I got a lot more. So just wanted to share that. um, I never used to enjoy music at all. I was one of those people, I never enjoyed it. And after having my realization, like this music, that Sahaj music that I was exposed to, I'm like, oh, this is really something else. And like it had me, like some of the people here had that experience of feeling some squiggly things there. And like, music gave me that like first initial experiences like that. And, you know, so many experiences. So I'll not take all the time going into that, but I wanted to leave it all here, that, it really works out. Like in 6 months, since the last 6 months, like the experiences have really deepened for me. And it's not like I was 100% regular, but it has genuinely become like a habit now. Like Raman was mentioning, it's like, brushing. It has, because the benefits are so many, and like the state that you reach, and it just, you want to do that automatically. So the initial phase, whatever it is, like just having sitting, even if you don't feel it, having that desire, I think that really worked for me as well. So I wanted to put
Yeah,
that.
that's amazing. I think that's really helpful. So yeah, once again for everybody, we know that it sounds abstract. Just be patient and keep going, but that's how it is. And it's just the process is like growing the tree, right? If you try like watching how the tree grows, you'll get so bored, in a way, because it's very slow. Uh, in Sahaja Yoga, it's much faster, but it still takes time, and you cannot really push it. Like for example, if we compare it to the sports where you can just go and exercise more, uh, not really works in Sahaja Yoga, I would say. So just patience again and again, and thank you, Swati, for amazing experiences. That would really help all of us newcomers. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you
And I
so
have
much.
one question, if you all can answer
Sure.
this. then it was touched about like in few of the previous meditation days also, like that the experience is not the same, and sometimes you try to replicate that experience because you want to experience like that depth again, so you try to replicate the scenarios. It's just the human mind. And like I have figured out it doesn't work that way. I've had those shares, but sometimes that journey, because until now it was like just you keep going up and up, but at some point like you're like you face those slumps where it's not the same and it's not that strong. And like I'm curious to hear your experiences as Sahaj yogis dealing with those periods, and like does that knock you down sometimes, and how do you come back up? And if this is not the right timing in the program, feel free to defer the question.
No, that's a good question. Yeah, please, Gurinder and Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, when you ask that question, sometimes in our lives, like we need to go through those experiences where we lose something so precious, and then we come to realize how important it is, and that gives us a new drive, a new determination, and then we get back to it, and then we are able to reach what we want to reach. So sometimes in my experience, like we go through these ups and downs so that we can learn, and it becomes our experience, and it prevents us from going down that road. So that's what I would say for this thing. Mark, please, and whatever.
Mark is meditating.
Yeah. I can't add anything. We're growing and we're learning all the time. And you have that attitude. I can tell that you accept that this is something that's living, and I am here to learn and grow every moment.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your comments. Swati, are you satisfied with the answer?
Yeah, I'm just very grateful to all of you to like such a wonderful program you all have put together. So much love, gratitude, and joy for all the musicians. I know the tech team and like even the yogis we don't get to see here. Really, really, thank you so much. And today's experience was amazing. Like the vibrations were like just something else. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for all the yogis and to all the tech team. Hello, thank you for your help. Thank you, Swati. We'll see you. Bye. Hello, Chi S. Please unmute yourself and start the video. Hello, Chi. Are you here? I just saw you a second ago. Okay, we'll take someone else for now. Hello, VK. Would you like to unmute and say hi to us? Okay, are they in the breakout room or something? Okay, hello, Lourdes. How are you? Hello.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh yeah, cool. How was your experience?
It was I had a little bit of difficulty, but I met on one-on-one session, and
cool.
That seemed to help me a lot. And I think the explanation that was given was excellent, and so I'm going to apply the changes that I need to do. But I really, really enjoyed each and every section. And I really want to thank you guys, because you guys are doing it out of your kindness of your heart. And, it's just really, really amazing. I'm really grateful for an opportunity to attend this session. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Lourdes. Thank you for your kind words. We really enjoy this too. So you guys give us much more energy and joy. So yeah, thank you so much. And I'm happy that a one-on-one session really helped you. So we encourage everybody to try it today or next time as well. Thank you, Lourdes. We'll see you. Bye. I don't see any much videos. Can we turn the videos on? If you want to attend the Q&A and talk to us, please switch on your videos. So I know that I can ask you to come to the stage. Oh, okay. Hello, Larry Brown. How are you? Can you unmute, press? Okay.
Just trying to unmute myself. No, I'm good. I don't have any specific questions, but
cool.
People have definitely asked questions that that I thought about, and I have asked in the past. So it's interesting to realize that one's questions are probably not unique. There other people might be thinking about them too, and like the concept today where we talked about the need for patience. You know, things aren't probably going to happen overnight. It could happen overnight, but probably not. And it'll take just patience and to continue and having the desire. So
yeah, that's true. It will need some time.
And thank you so much. And like everyone else was saying, thank you so much for all that you've been, all the hosts that have been doing all that they're doing to make this happen. So
thank you so much, Larry. We're happy to see you every day joining. Yeah, we're gonna get all together through this.
Yeah,
so hopefully that
fun.
helps. Okay, Larry. See you next session. Thank you.
You.
Thank you. Bye. Hello, Victoria.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I noticed the last two chakra sessions that my attention, as we're going through the process, I feel a little drowsy. I'm still paying attention, but it feels like my attention is a little slowed maybe, and there's no problem. It just feels different, like slowed down. So I'm not sure what to make of that.
So slow that you can make sure of it. the attention becomes slower. That's great. Mark, would you like to say a few comments about this?
Well, Victoria, maybe you can relate it to your own life. Normally you're the person who is running out the door with the sandwich in your hand and you're late and you've got a million things to do. Is that kind of been your life? Or more slow and easy and serene?
I prefer spaciousness, not rushing. I hate rushing. However, I do have many enough commitments that often I feel I am rushed. So I vastly prefer being slower. This feels like my thoughts even, it's not like they stop, but it feels like they're muffled. Like, so instead of hearing my thoughts and going, okay, I forgive my thoughts, they're more like blah, 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 muffled, but they're kind of trying to get up there, but they're just not making it through. So I don't know if it's just a lethargy kind of settling into this thing with a slower energy, or if it's just something that will pass or what,
Yeah, I mean, it might be just the balancing where, that's why I'm asking about your history, because maybe you've been able to keep kind of within, not going too much into overactivity, not much into like being slothful. But if there has been a lot of your life where you had to think a mile a minute, you had to balance many conflicting obligations and, almost like, how am I going to get through the day? I don't think I can finish everything. And running all the time. So, I mean, if that has been a big part of your life, then now there's a balancing taking place. So
Okay.
then you'll notice that, yeah, okay, here we are. And then now let's find the center.
Mhm.
Also, what you're saying about the thoughts, I had the same experience where I feel like I'm in the room where there are no thoughts, but outside they are waiting, and you can kind of hear them like, you know, we're out here. And so I sometimes get that same kind of a feeling that, you know, at some point, the room that you're in with the no thoughts is going to expand, and it will be your full reality of just, wow, nothing. But sometimes there are those moments in which those thoughts are kind of like, almost like sulking, like we want to be in there and distracting your attention. And you're just like, no, you guys just stay in place. I'm here in this room of silence.
And so I'd like to ask discernment or distinguishing about this thoughtlessness. So I'm envisioning that the thoughtlessness is less and less about sort of commentary and more, but it's still okay to have like noticing, like I notice a sensation in my body. That's not a thought so much as a noticing of sensation, right? And it's not like I'm trying to clear out that too. That noticing is important, right? To sustain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That you're sitting and the dog or the child or whatever leans against you and you feel it and your heart goes, yeah, I feel that love. And the whole time you've had not a single thought about it. Like why, when, who, where, what are the consequences? Where'd this come from? Like no thoughts about it. Just when you're completely silent, it's the full enjoyment. Every nerve ending in your body is just absorbing all the enjoyment. And you're just like, whoa, I want to start dancing. And no thoughts, you know, no questions, and no answers, just being
more
in
like
the moment.
A witnessing, as you said.
Yeah. And it becomes more and more joyous. It's like, how good can you stand it?
Okay. I feel a lot of joy. I always feel such an opening in my heart and such a deep, deep gratitude. So that sort of spills over everything usually, you know, and doesn't necessarily settle down. It's almost like a fountain that just keeps going.
Yeah. And you notice you go into the grocery store and it's just coming from you and people turn to you and they're smiling, you're smiling, you make a joke or something like that. And you've just spread your joy to other people. And, you know, like, oh, sorry, I bumped you. And you're like, oh, come on, you know, we're here to bump each other. And you develop that wonderful humor and lightness about everything.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Victoria. Always you bring some deep questions and experiences. Thank you, Mark, for a beautiful answer. Thank you, Victoria. If you have anything else, please ask.
Did you ask us to stop our videos tonight? I noticed people didn't have their videos on and I had to leave the room for a little bit.
No, I asked to start the videos.
Oh, because I looked and nobody else had their videos on. So I thought, oh,
yeah, I don't know.
had a reason to turn it off. So I turned mine off.
They're a little shy, I guess, but we're gonna try to move them a little bit.
All right. Well, I had to leave the room for a little bit. So I thought maybe it was a bandwidth problem or something tonight because people have their videos on. So everybody, please do the video so I don't feel alone.
Yeah, we had lots of responses with video. So yeah, beautiful faces. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Yeah.
Hello, Evgenia. How are you? Can you?
Hello.
Yes. Hello, how are you?
Nice to see you. Oh, I'm not in a situation I'm trying to
all good.
close my camera, but it's okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm not so beginner, but I wouldn't ask any question because it wouldn't be enough for 21 days. I need 1,000 nights like Shirazad for every night to ask for a question, but I enjoy every minute of it. And although I started at late 80s, and I've been in my Shri Mataji's arms.
Oh, wow.
But I'm, yeah, in US, but I'm living in US for 12 years. It's only 12 years, but I enjoy every minute of this program. So enjoying every experiences, every questions, and it's amazing questions. You know, it's really very, very interesting. I enjoy it very much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, all
Evgenia.
of you, for this
Where
beautiful.
where
Pardon
in
me?
US are you?
Well, I started in Iran.
No,
In
you said
Iran.
you live in US. Which city?
Yeah, well, you know, on that time, on late 80s, late 70s, I came US with my family, and I was here for 1 year, and I went back because my fiance was waiting for me. So my parents stay in US. I went to Iran, but you know, because of this policy and this kind of situation, I couldn't get to come and see my parents. I couldn't get any visa. But I prayed to Shri Mataji, and I said, if I see her, I would be able to find the visa, because for the Iranians, we couldn't get any visa. So I don't want to take your time.
Okay.
But it is interesting. I prayed, Mother Shri Mataji, do something. I would be able to come and see my parents. It was 15 years I couldn't come and see them. We couldn't get visa. Although I went to Germany and some other countries, but couldn't get visa. And 1993, I came, and for 5.5 months, I was in US with my parents, and there was a public program for Iranians. So the next day was puja in Big Bear. So Shri Mataji pointed and said that, make sure she'll come tomorrow for the puja.
That's beautiful.
So are you still in California?
Yeah, in California.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what we wanted to know. Okay. Thank you,
and
Evgenia.
that night, I told my desire to Shri Mataji, and she just, I can't believe it. It was me. You know, she just leaned a little bit forward, and she said that I didn't know what to do. And she was letting me to be in her arms. And I was in her arms, and she was cursing back of my head. It was interesting, you know, I can't say anything. As if the sun was in my brain, in my head. There was no brain, nothing. It was just light, night of sun. So
Wow,
it
that's
was
an amazing experience, I'm sure.
It is, well, I couldn't believe it. You know, it was, and for 2 days, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I wanted to hide myself. I didn't want to talk, didn't want to share that situation, that feeling. So sorry to talking too much.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
Fantastic.
We'll talk to you more about this. Thank you for sharing. It's a beautiful experience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Evgenia.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hello, everybody who is not having the video. Let me go through some names, and before we finish, maybe somebody
My
would like.
video is on, and I just wanted to say a big thank you.
Who is that? Can you
Bina.
Bina, okay. Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much to learn, right? So much to learn from you all.
Yeah, from
Nice to be in a
each of
great
us.
company. It's nice to be in a good company. Thank you, thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Raman.
Hello. Yeah. Can
It's
you
too
tell
late.
me?
Every day it is becoming, and
Oh, VK, okay.
your energy levels are so high, and then you are in a different world.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you, Bina. Thank you. See you. Hello, VK. How are you?
Hi, I'm Vamsi.
Vamsi, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
from Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, how are you?
So I'm fine. So this is actually my dog's time to go to bed. So
Oh, wow.
I'm in the basement. So if he sees the light, he just comes, licks, and then he starts playing with me. So I usually turn off the monitor.
Okay.
But I'll be listening. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have any questions or some?
No, I don't have any. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I became very calm, and I feel some sensations, but it's not profound. But I think it takes time.
Yeah, exactly. But I can see, we've been through so many programs like this. We can see it immediately, the spark in the eye. So it's there. It's working. Yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. I see Madhu. Hello, Madhu.
Yeah, I'm Madhu. I